Hi team, the man, the myth, the dad legend here. So we've done it. We've made it through 23 days of December, FaB Advent calendar. So I thought for the last day I would do a little video, wrap up the year, I guess, um, and make you wait until the end for the pack, so you have to listen to me ramble. Um, yeah, I just kind of wanted to chat a little bit about the year of FaB and my experiences and how it's gone and what we're looking forward to next year. As you can see, I've got about 1,000 tabs open, so we'll go through them. But this is I really enjoyed reading this article here um, that FaB put up, going through the 2021. Um, so yeah, I think we'll just go through it. So first of all, I just want everyone to know that this is actually the blurry back of my head. So pretty famous, fabtcg.com, great little Rick and Morty t-shirt there. But more importantly, my head features most prominently in this photo. So just remember that when you read it. Yeah, this calling didn't go well for me. I played like an aggro IRA list, which I thought was quite cool. Whirling Mist Blossoms, lunging presses, that kind of thing. Uh, I really didn't prepare enough for the event. Um, just didn't really know what I was doing against Wizard, which is obviously terrible. Um, Played a match against Tom Penny on Warrior where basically made one crucial blocking mistake. Maybe would have won the game if I hadn't done that. Uh, to be honest, though, I don't know if I would have survived considering the event um, had some issues with Gem and uh, they were trialing the double elimination top eight, which I think is awesome, but maybe just yeah, but that particular day probably was a little ambitious. But anyway, uh, the rounds I played were fun, although yeah, I was pretty disappointed to exit. I think round five. Um, then day two was even worse for me because it was Arcane Rising sealed for the ProQuest, and I didn't open chamber, induction chamber, which it turns out I think like 6 people in the top eight had opened induction chamber or had some version of like some infinite item loop or were playing like 50 cards in Viserai. I think it's pretty not really very what would you say, not very controversial to say that Arcane Racing wasn't a great sealed format. Fun draft format for sure, but not a great sealed format. Anyway, I ended up 0-4 in that event. I wanted to drop at 0-3, but I wasn't dropped. So then I had to play one more match, and my final opponent also had an induction chamber, which was actually a very upsetting way to end the day. But anyway, that's yeah, we'll move on. That calling didn't go well for me. Um, but yeah, props to everyone who made top eight at that event. What a day. Um, Anyway, first season of Skirmish, that was really cool. I can't remember if managed to play any Skirmish. Actually, I got my yes, here's the ProQuest where I went 0-4. Got my event history to help me remember what the events I played in this year. Calling, yep, didn't go well. And then we had, oh yeah, Monarch pre-release. Monarch was a really cool set. It was super hype. It was really hard to get first edition product for it, which I thought was really cool because then it made like every pre-release event really exciting because you were getting first edition product that um, you didn't necessarily have much of, and like all the cold fours you opened were really exciting. And yeah, it was just that was a fun weekend, uh, and that was um, a much better sealed format, I think, than Arcane Rising. Still had a few issues, like I think Prism in general was a bit overpowered and sealed. Levier was almost impossible to build and sealed unless you got the exact right cards. But the draft format for that you know set was really good, as you can see by well, actually, this doesn't really tell you. Oh no, here we go. Playoff. Boom. Evidence that I made top eight. There you go. And then got uh, resoundingly crushed by Sam in round one. That was a great event. Um, I was obviously stoked with that result. Um, as the first time I'd played in a massive tournament like that since like the Magic days of GPs when they still did GPs in New Zealand. Uh, so yeah, it was awesome to get that feeling back of really high level competition across multiple days. You're in there with your mates, like who's doing what. The top eight draft was funny for me. Uh, I switched. I think like mid pack one, I switched from like Levia to Bolton because I opened two red Battlefield Blitz and they both wheeled, and so I was like, surely no one's in Bolton. Turns out there were like 5 or 6 light drafters. So while not many people were in Bolton, uh, the, the the pickings were pretty slim. And I think Matt and Kiki, who both made the finals, were both Shadow and had really nutted decks. So uh, yeah, but yeah, calling was awesome. And then yeah, gold foil tectonic plating, just epic. Feels so good to get one of those. The gold foil is just insane. What was this? Oh yeah, the I think the one skirmish I played this year I came ninth. That was upsetting. Although um, I think I deserved it. Didn't play that well, but alright. So Road to Nats was next. We had back-to-back Road to Nats in Wellington, where I top aided Birth. Just saying. Uh, Playing my girl Prism. That was yeah another fun weekend, and really stoked to be able to top eight both of those events. And then I think I bombed out. Yeah, the card merchant one I bombed out. I was pretty tired. I think what helped me in Wellington was funnily enough, because I was there uh, without my wife and son, my son wasn't there to wake me up overnight, so I actually had really, really good night's sleep, and I think that probably helped. Um, we won't tell him that I'm blaming him for my results at Card Merchant, though. Card Merchant was funny. I added another headpiece to my list, and previously I'd only had like one headpiece, and so I think one round I like laid out all my stuff, and just without even really thinking, I was like, oh yeah, it's my headpiece, my chest, da 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 da. I actually put out 2 headpieces, so I didn't have vestige for a match, the mirror match, which it really hurt. So, um, pro tip for those of you wanting to play, well, flesh and blood, I guess, don't put 2 headpieces in play. It's no good. So then, yeah, I played one online armory. Didn't really enjoy myself. Uh, Apart from the fact that I went 1-3, just playing online is just not the same. And then all these Tales of Aria pre-releases, unfortunately, just didn't happen because of COVID. So yeah, we got packs, opened them at home. I did open really well in Tales of Aria. A lot of cold foil legendaries, so that was all good. What's this on demand? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So finally got back into some um, in-person play. Got to draft Tales for the first time, and man, Tales is a fantastic format. What is this? Oh, that's right. Yeah, in a different draft. Yeah, the first draft I drafted Briar, and I was Lightning Briar, and my deck was pretty good. But going into pack 3, I think I only had like 5 Lightning cards. So I was like, all right, basically need to take a Lightning card over anything. And I opened a Lightning card, took it, got past a Lightning card, took it, and then there was no Lightning cards for the rest of the pack. So my deck was really good, but I only had 7. I was basically pure Lightning, but I only had 7 Lightning cards, so it wasn't that good. And my second draft, I opened Winter's Whale, and basically just went all in, just picked every blue ice card. And that deck was actually really good. I think people might be focusing too much on Earth Oldhim and just ignoring Ice Oldhim because yeah, Ice Oldhim's good, and Glacial Footsteps is actually the real deal. It seems like a bit of a meme, that card, but it hits hard. The game against Sam I had, we were playing the Oldhim Mirror, and he was going to take me out. He was like 5 or 6 or 7 cards ahead, but I managed to put him in a spot where he just died to 2 dominated footsteps. Didn't have anything he really stopped me with. It wasn't really a good very good. But yeah, so like overall, like pretty stoked with, even though we didn't get Tails pre-releases and the first calling went really poorly for me. Like obviously top adding a calling is nutted. Stoked to hit, and then top adding 2 Road to Nats. Pretty stoked about that as well. Um, yeah, good year. Good year for me. Great year for everyone else. Saying that, look, there's me again. So handsome. Uh, Awesome that overseas they got infinite callings. Man, calling Las Vegas, the FOMO was so real. I played in an event in Vegas years and years ago. It was like Modern Masters for Magic, and that was an epic experience. Just being in Vegas with mates, well, one mate specifically, um, just like yeah, massive events hall. In fact, it might have been the same hall. Kind of recognize that hall. Um, Huge event. I think it's one of the biggest Magic GPs ever, and this is this was yeah the biggest Flesh and Blood event ever. So pretty epic. Awesome to see my girl Prism in the hands of Tyler Horspool win that event. That was dope. Good to see some great coverage too of Flesh and Blood. These guys did an awesome job. Tanner Grace, Red Zone Rogue, and DM Amada. I really enjoyed listening to them. That was sweet. And Nats, yep. Hopefully we'll get a Nats in January, and Omnicron doesn't Nomicron, whatever the hell. Oh whoa! I didn't realize that Zach from what's it called? You guys know what you guys know what Covenant. Yeah, Covenant. That's dope that you want a ProQuest. That is him, right? Pretty sure that's him. I didn't realize that. That's sick. Congrats. Hey, look at these. All these national champions. So epic that Flesh and Blood spread like that. This is dope. So we'll get onto this. So yeah, 2021, great year. 2022, yeah, we're hoping for an even bigger year. But first, obviously, we've got Everfest coming up. I just realized I pulled this up because I realized this is actually like a ticket. The pack is like a ticket stub. It says like admit one. I think that's so sick. I just love the way that like, yeah, just the box is a carnival tent. Like, so cool. And these paper wrappers, I don't know if you guys have seen, I assume obviously a lot more people watch this fellow than um, watch me, but like, I don't know if you guys have seen these paper wrappers. I'll put a link to this video in the description. But that paper wrapper, this looks so nice. And this is just a prototype. Really excited about that. Yeah, I'll put a link to that video because that video is cool. So many cards. Oh yeah, I pulled this up because I'm just looking through this Everfest stuff, and this seems to be a bit of a recurring theme. This sort of like um, necklace of crystals with one big crystal in the middle. I don't know what that's about, but this man's channeling some energy. Maybe this is a Phenol Spring Tunic unbuttoned to allow the glorious belly out. I'm not sure. I don't know if this guy means we're getting a merchant in Everfest. They do talk about peddlers in the promo stuff. But this is also really interesting. So DM Armada put up a video. I was like, oh man, I want to make a video about this alternate Bravo. Like, I'm pretty sure what they're doing is they're reprinting heroes but with alt art. Like as another way, like another cool sort of like special thing you can get in Everfest. We've never had alt art heroes before. We've only had, cold foil treatments and rainbow foil treatments. So there's never been alt arts before, and every set sort of LSS tries really hard to do something new to keep, there's always the hype of the new set. Like Monarch was talents for the first time, and Tails was 3 heroes instead of 4, and obviously they all share a talent. The whole elemental thing was new and different. No generics in that set as well, which is cool. Um, but yeah, so this is gonna be sweet. Yeah. Um, this is Bravo Star of the show, and they talk about in the Everfest stuff. Well, this is the wrong page, isn't it? Oh no, it is the right page. They talk about will you become the star of the show. So like I think it's yeah, DM Amada and his Discord. I think they've picked that right. That there's going to be alt art heroes in that slot. Um, Not exclusively alt art heroes. There's definitely other cool stuff in there, but yeah, that'll be fun to collect those. Um, and yeah, paper wrappers. That's going to be dope. Save the planet. Love it. Everfest is going to be hype. And yeah, we've also got this $1 million competitive play program. So I have a PTI, I think, from Top 8 in the calling. So pretty excited to see what comes out. It'd just be cool to travel again as well if we're allowed. I guess that's the issue, right? Is if we're allowed and how we can get in and out. Like, you still want to do stuff safely. So, but World Championship, November 2022. How good would that be? World champion. Gotta go for it. I didn't realize there is actually so April to July. Does it mean April or July, or does that mean there's two Pro Tours? I don't even really read that, but I wonder if there's gonna be a Pro Tour. Surely they do one in New Zealand. I don't know. Anyway, what else have we got open here? Oh yeah, ticket stub. Oh yeah, cool thing. What else is in here? Oh yeah, everyone has talked about Valda, Brightex, and Life of the Party to Death, so I don't really need to talk about those. But um, yeah, all right, we'll close all these tabs. Yeah, about that does it for the wrap up. Thanks for sticking around this far if you have to listen to my ramblings. Um, I'll probably put a link to the pack opening so anyone who didn't want to listen go straight to that. But all right, just before we get to the pack opening, just wanted to call out the challenge was laid down at the beginning of the month by Ian of Right Time Gaming to have a box sealed challenge. So we haven't really ironed out exactly how we're going to do it, but what I do know is that I've opened a box worth of packs, and he's opened a box worth of packs. Mine's all been tails. This has been a variety, so we're both going to build a deck or decks and face off. So look forward to that. I'm not sure exactly when that'll drop, but I'll let you know. And yeah, looking forward to crushing Ian beneath my boots. Not that I own any boots, but maybe I'll buy some for the occasion. And yeah, look out for that. But without further ado, let's get onto the pack. Boom. And we will open pack 24 of 24. FaB Advent Calendar 2021. Hashtag FaB Advent. So we've got, I think on the count I had 5 Majestics. We got the foil Majestic and we had a cold foil, which was Crackerjacks, I think. So, I mean, maybe we're due a Majestic, but in reality, we really just want this to be the Fabled. We really just want this to be the Fabled. Token, get out of here. I don't know how many cards I'm supposed to count to do the trick, so I'm just not going to do it. But we will do the pick out of this pack as well. So we get a red and Twine Earth, which is a good start. Yellow Electrify, it's a nice one. Winter's Bite red, don't mind that. Shock Striker red. Lightning Surge. Alright, so our first rare here is a yellow Bolton Shot. Now, let's see if we've got an M here. Do we have an M? We have an R. Okay, so we've been shortchanged, boys and girls. We've been shortchanged a Majestic. Sad, but there is one way this pack can make it up to us. With a foil, Majestic, Legendary, or Fabled. I don't know if this is the foil slot. I don't know if the Fabled or the Legendary is in the armor slot. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what the foil is. Foil is a common. Sad. Alright. So we have a foil Buzzbolt, and then we have Crackerjacks. Okay, well, look, not the pack we were hoping for to finish the year, but that's life. Win some. I wouldn't say lose some because we've still got to open a bunch of Flesh and Blood packs, so that was fun. Okay, so let's make the pick out of this pack. So, lightning cards, we have Electrify, Shock Striker, Lightning Surge, Lightning Press. Shock Striker is red, which is nice. Electrify, from what I understand from the people watching on Facebook, is busted. I do like Entwine Earth a lot. Entwine Earth red is such a good rate. 8 for 2 is just huge. Crackerjacks in the equipment slot seems fine. It's not like a deep blue or a Mark of Lightning. So I don't think we're picking that. Ice cards, we've got Winter's Bite, and that's it. Winter's Bite red. Winter's Bite, is that the discard one? Yeah. I always get Winter's Bite and Chill to the Bone, I think it is. I always get them mixed up, their effects mixed up. But it's the discard one. And then Earth cards, we have, I think there's no Earth cards. Okay. This is weird for me because normally I've sorted the pack out into like into class and element. So I'm trying to like look through. And then Ranger, so yeah, Ranger cards we have Red Frazzle, Red Buzzbolt, Yellow Chilling Ice Vein, Yellow Bolt and Shot. It's 4 Ranger cards. Uh, Chilling Ice Vein, from what I understand, is the bee's knees in Lexi, but it's only the yellow. Having said that, the yellow is still 4 attack, which with Dominate, you know, is still good. And Chilling Ice Vein, if you're able to give it that go again and then hit with another attack, is just, yeah, it's a big game. So many Frostbite tokens. I don't think we're taking that here, but. And then for Runeblade, we have a red Stir, a blue Bramble Spark. Has anyone else noticed that Stir and Bramble always end up together? Must be in the same print run. I don't think I would have noticed that if I hadn't done all these pick one, pack ones, so it's kind of interesting. And then there's two Runeblade cards, and then Blue Thump, Yellow Emerging Avalanche are the Oldhim cards, Guardian cards. So I think there's nothing insane in the class cards that makes us want to take one of those over an elemental card. The equipment is fine, not amazing. So the things that stand out to me are the red Entwine Earth, yellow Electrify, and the red Shock Striker. Now I think Electrify is basically always the pick over Shock Striker if that's the direction you're going. So if we take Electrify, then we're gonna wheel. I mean, we might wheel one of these red arrows, which would be kind of nice because we've got the lightning card and these are both lightning fuse. There's also the bolt and shot, but I think bolt yellow is not really the one you want, but probably still good. And we could wheel, yeah, a bramble spark or a stir are both earth fuse. So, I mean, yeah, there's still a card for Briar in their pack, so it's not like we're not wheeling nothing. I kind of like the Entwine Earth though. Like Entwine Earth goes in every single class, you know, even in Lexi where Lexi can't play Earth, like you still have a 2 for 6, which, you know, worst case scenario is still a decent card. Maybe if it was a red Electrify, I'd be more interested. I don't know why, I just like the Entwine Earth. I think that's my pick. So we'll go red Entwine Earth, and yeah. Sound off in the comments if you think I'm making a ridiculous choice and it's clearly Electrify, which I'm sure many of you will, as you've religiously done throughout the month, but it's all good. And yeah, I guess that wraps it up for 2021. I don't know if I'll make any more videos for the year. So if I don't, I'll see you all in the new year. So have a great holiday season and Happy New Year, and we'll see you in the next video.